Hey, Nathaniel, how are you?
Very good. And yourself?
Good, thanks. How much more ready do you think you are this time around to be a head coach? And you have any loose Jaguars hats lying around that you might throw on for a quick Zoom call?
we, we definitely have a lot of the gear from there after being there 4 years and really appreciated all that time that I was there. But I think, you grow as a coach nonstop every day from the things you learn from players, the things you learn from Matt every day, from the coaches, everyone's. And then you take in the ability to be able to interview for Atlanta last year via Zoom. I think that all that stuff to get that first one kind of out of the way, it just makes it a little more comfortable. You kind of get to organize your thoughts throughout the offseason, all those things, if that opportunity ever happens again. And so, I think every day you grow and every day you get better.
Rob Domofsky.
Hey, Nathaniel, have you
Hey, Rob.
actually been contacted for an interview with the Jaguars? Has anything been set up yet?
Nothing's been set up right now. The sole focus is on Minnesota. That's the number one priority, getting after and going against those guys. So that's really more my agent. He's kind of the one that's going to take care of that stuff and arrange it for whenever it's most convenient for everybody.
Steve McGarkey.
Matt was talking this week about how he doesn't want to micromanage. He likes to give his assistants and players as much freedom as possible. I just wonder what examples you had of how he's kind of done that with you and the rest of the assistants, and how helpful that's been for your own development and for the team as well.
I'll tell you, Matt's awesome. I mean, there's so many great things about him and what he's done, both with this team, with the culture he's brought here, and how he handles the staff. I think it started when we first got here, and the kind of guys that we put together. And it was great because it put me in a position to be able to work with the young coaches that we have, the guys that, when we started, all these guys hadn't really even coached a position at that time or the specific position that they had. And Matt, I think, put on me the ability to kind of help them, train them, just to get better and kind of give them a plan on how to present, how to teach, because that's so important in organizing your thoughts and get everything in line. And as that developed and as we all learned the system, how Matt wanted it, he started to see the kind of people that we had brought here, because I think it's so important to have such a great staff, a group that you can grow and build together. And so as we kind of gained that trust, as we understood the system, as we got to know Matt then has done a great job allowing us to go about our business. And he kind of presents the things that he wants, and then we're able to go deliver that to the players, both in our presentations. He lets everybody do their own unique presentation. I do a lot of the passes and install those, and that wasn't how it was the first year. And as we've all grown together, that's something that I've taken on, and doing the gold zone, obviously, and everybody kind of has their own little niche that they like to do to spice things up. And Matt embraces it, and he loves it. He loves the guys to do that. And then it comes to just even the run game, having myself, Coach Buckus, Coach Outen, Coach Stenovich in there doing the run game, and then kind of that bringing those two things together in the pass game and the run game. So there's been so much as we've been together these 3 years that we've all grown together, and it's a credit to the staff that we have, the way that they handle the players, the relationships they've gotten with the players. So, I mean, there's just so many different things that he does that allow us to, just grow and at the same time be us and continue to find fun ways to be able to present this stuff to these guys.
Jason Wilde.
Hey, Nathaniel.
How we
I
doing?
don't want to name any, but there's one person in my house rooting against you getting a head coaching job elsewhere. I think you can guess. She's pretty short, about 10 years old.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
I'm wondering what. Look, it's great that guys are going to be able to get back sooner, it looks like, from COVID and that sort of thing. But what has this week of prep been like, with the hope of getting guys back, but not knowing for sure? And then also, how good was it to have Cobb out there today?
To answer the first part of it, this whole year has been very unique. Obviously the COVID world out there is wild. It's been very fluid. I mean, we've had so many different things that have been placed upon us, whether it be the quarantines, losing guys, just kind of everything that we've done. And I think our entire organization has done a great job adjusting and understanding it's going to be something fluid, and we're going to have to be able to adapt. And I think for us as coaches, we got to prepare for everything. The guys that are going to be there, the guys that might not be there, because we want to take advantage of whoever we have available for the game. So that has been a little bit of a roller coaster from the standpoint of things that we might want to do that, if people aren't there, you might not do them. So, but I think we'll come together with a good plan for, whoever those guys are that are going to be out there. And then a guy like Randall Cobb, in response to your second question, is, just such a great veteran, great presence. Just having him out there with that smile on his face going through drills, it's inspiring to us as coaches and all the players around him, because he's the one that's super excited to be out there. It's not necessarily us. We're so happy to have him out there, but then that just magnifies when you see him and just kind of the pep in his step, because he misses it. He loves football. He wants to be out there so bad. And anytime you get a guy like that, a veteran, a guy that's helped us so much up to this point, it's exciting. And as he slowly moves forward, we'll be excited to get him out there.
Mark Daniels.
Hey, Nathaniel, you got me okay?
Sure do, yes.
Nathaniel, we hear about, game plans that can be tailored for domes versus outdoor stadiums. Is there a bitter, cold game plan that has to change drastically, or can you just run everything you want to run, but carefully?
Yes, it's going to be very cold, and this will be probably one of the coldest games I've ever been a part of. So that's going to be a little bit new. But I think we're lucky because we have a veteran group that has been here for so long, and guys that have played. You look at Aaron. He's been in so many cold games. Devontae, he's been in a bunch of cold games. And so I think that kind of those two critical pieces is so important. And as you kind of get a feel for how the guys are handling it, that's where you'll be able to kind of fluctuate what you're going to be doing. So I think you always kind of have the mindset of that. I think some other things kind of affect it a little more, like wind and rain and snow and things like that. But really, it's just about how much you can handle that, how cold it's going to be. And I think we've got guys that can handle it and actually embrace it.
Matt Schneidman.
Oh, I'm good. I forgot to lower my hand. Sorry.
Jason Wilde.
Nathaniel, we've asked you 6 ways to Sunday about Lazard for so long, especially given the history you have with him. But has there been anything different you've seen from him this year? There's been some moments where he's been far more than just the goon that does all the dirty work.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's funny looking back at those times when we were back in Jacksonville together, but now being here together and just watching him grow as not only the goon, but as a receiver. And some of the things, how about him catching 443? That was just so amazing. Such a tribute to Aaron for what he did. But then the fact that it was Alan Lazard running that quick out, and then his ability to put his foot in the ground and get up the field in the gold zone. It was beautiful. And, just his work ethic, I think he's so focused. I think he's such an intelligent player. He knows what he has to do to get himself right. And, he's slowly starting to get even a little bit of a leadership role, a guy that's speaking out and feeling comfortable in his own skin. The questions he asks in the installs, are so awesome, and guys learn from that. So I think it's just, every day we all get better in this profession, and he's definitely an example of that.
I think that's all we got for you, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it.